Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Goblin Ringleader podcast. And today we're going to be doing something very special. We're playing Vintage later with Nikachu, so I just wanted to throw a vintage deck together and see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try. Before we get into that, if you enjoy Goblin's content, if you enjoy this ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more support the channel, $1 a month gets your name right out on every stream. We're going to read off the members and then jump into some vintage games from the top. Alpha Ronan, Tim's top decks, Elias, Sarah, the Darth, New, 80Y, 100K, Jared, Mustard Man, and Roberio, Cypher 777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hilo, Valeroth, Yorminger, Terrieth, Nita Burrito, Trucker Philosophy, and you. Thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. So, real quick, we're just going to go through this, and then I think I want to test it out real quick. So, basically, we have 3 Ancient Tombs, 1 Gemstone Caverns to try to get some fast mana going. We have the 4 Caverns because it's a blue matchup. It's a blue format, blue dominated format. We have a bunch of mountains because I feel like being able to have basics is going to be really important. Our opponent does have the option or ability to play Strip Mine, but there's only one. It's restricted in this format, so I don't think I have to worry about that too much. Wasteland is going to be an issue, so we got to make sure that we have mana sources. These piles are not sorted by mana value, CMC. These piles are sorted by what they're doing. So from the back, we got Cratermaker and Incinerator as creature removal. Broadside Bombardiers is also removal, but it can also just go to the face. So this is one of our best threats. Hollow Squad Heavy. And so this is the removal column. Then we go over to the aggro column. Hollow Squad Heavy allows us to, have a guy's cradle if we have max speed, but if we don't, it just gives our guys haste and allows us to make a free token every turn. Gives our Pile Driver haste, which is really good. Pile Driver seems great against Merfolk, but I don't know if it's going to be good in Vintage overall, so I'm only playing 1. Battlecry Goblin, being able to dump all that extra mana that I get into it seems really, really good. Funnily enough, a lot of cards. Mind Sticker Goblin is straight up banned. You can't play it at all. I was really excited about playing Mind Sticker Goblin in this format, but we don't have the ability to because it's straight up banned in Vintage. Horde Master is one of our best aggressive threats or aggressive enablers. It allows us to get in with our 1/1s because all of our 1/1s become 2/2s. Ringleader just to draw cards, but also be an aggressive threat. And Pashlik Mons to whenever our creatures die, push extra damage. So we have removal, aggressive cards. We have our quote-unquote combo cards because we're playing Goblin Recruiter. And I realized that if we have a Snoop in play and it's able to tap, it doesn't have Summoning Sickness, we can cast Recruiter, put a Kiki-Jiki on top. Kiki-Jiki then is able to go infinite with Snoop. The last one's going to target the Recruiter, changing the top card from Kiki-Jiki to Mog Mob, allowing us to sack our dudes in order to deal damage, or we could put a Skirk on top to make mana. There's a bunch of different things that we could do. I think we could also put Battlecry Goblin on top once we make mana. But besides that, so there's a Snoop combo in here. Not the traditional modern version, but I'm interested to see if we can do it because I'm a sucker for a combo. I love it so much. Also, we play Mog Mob, which could technically be removal. It could also be an aggressive card, but it's also our combo enabler here. Being able to have that payoff is really, really nice. So we play Matron to facilitate our combo and just kind of grab anything that we need in the moment. And the Kiki-Jiki allows us to go infinite. 1 Skirk and 4 Lackeys and 2 Vials. These are our getting us 2 Muxus early cards. We also play a Soul Ring because it's legal in this format. Why not? 1 Simian Spirit Guide just to allow us to get a 3-drop on 2 or a 3-drop on 1 with Ancient Tomb, depending. But I don't want to draw multiple, so I'm only playing 1. And then 3 Muxus because, with Lackey and Skirk being able to sack our dudes to ramp and Soul Ring and Ancient Tomb, we should be able to cast Muxus pretty quickly, pretty consistently. So that's the list. Sideboard is really iffy because I do not know anything about Vintage. Lithomantic Barrage seems good against blue and white decks, being able to not get countered. It deals 5 to something. You can also just play it against anything, deal 1 damage, but that doesn't seem the greatest. Reb and Pyroblast are both really good against any of the blue counterspell based decks. Pyrokinesis is really good at wiping the board against elves or something. And then Boil's really good at blowing up your opponent's islands. So Then we have like our one-ofs. We have Crucible of Worlds. If we're playing against a Wasteland deck, we bring in Crucible. Vexing Bauble keeps our opponent from countering our spells or storming off. Chalice of the Void on 1 or 0 with Ancient Tomb is very strong. Trinisphere, same thing, very strong. Trash Master, if our opponent's playing Affinity. And that's our vintage deck. So let me see if the audio's working, and we might do a practice game before we jump into it. Oh, not that. We're looking at the audio. So then we go here. Then we go here. Then we go here. Maybe. Okay, check the audio. Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing, bro? Yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to get any power. So we're gonna be playing the fair version of Vintage, I guess. This is very close to like what I would be playing in Legacy, but we get to play Recruiter, which is really good. I've never played Recruiter, so I mean, besides I guess in Pre-Modern, so I'm super excited to do this. I was looking at like the Engineer Welder build. Chris, my buddy Chris on the car ride back, shout out to Chris in the chat, was giving me ideas about what to do in Vintage. Like we could play like Engineer and Welder, and then you could play all your restricted cards and just like get them in the graveyard early and reanimate them. I think that like that's a really good plan. The issue was that like once I got like the engineers and the welders together, I just didn't have enough other artifacts to weld things with. Like we would need to play goblins that make treasures, and like there's like other things that we'd have to do to make that strategy like viable. Whereas I think that like if we just like go pretty straightforward, like we can turn 1 play Snoop with SSG, and then turn 2 we can play Recruiter. We can also just go turn 1 Ancient Tomb Soul Ring, turn 2. I guess it has to have something. It has to be. So we go turn 1 Ancient Tomb SSG. I guess most of our good lines require Simeon. So let's cut the Horde Master. Because this is also an aggressive card. We can cut one other card. Pile Driver good, Battle Driver good, Battle Cry good, Ringleader good. Go down to 1 Howl Squad. I guess we could try like that. These all have haste. These have haste, so I think that's good. Add 1 more to the deck. No. Bombardiers. Play the full 4. Bomba. Yeah, it definitely needs Mox Ruby, yeah. But what other card? Ringleader's decent because we have Ancient Tombs and fast mana. I guess Pile Driver, Battle Cry, Creator Maker, like the iffy ones. So we go aggressive, aggressive, removal, removal, aggressive, 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 removal. So we have 7 and 7. Okay. Very interesting. Maybe Vile just isn't good enough. I mean, it could be, but it might not be. I think the only way to really figure out whether or not it's good is to like play. So let's try to play a Vintage best of 1. No, best of 3. Join. Create. Let's see what we can do. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. A lot of mountains and no Arena of Glory. Yeah, so I was playing Arena of Glory before I put in Ancient Tombs and Gemstone Mines. So, I mean, I could play, depending on how many mountains we see. I guess I could play 2, right? I could trim a couple mountains, play 2. Oh, we're back. Oh, it's a good point. Arena of Glory is really good. Hasty pile driver, yum. Yeah. I like the idea of like splitting the mana. We could theoretically go like I guess we could technically play like a turn 1 pile driver. Turn 2, we could go Ancient Tomb, play like Bombardiers, or we could go Howl Squad. Plus a 1-drop. Swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Swing for 7 on 2. Maybe Howl Squad's like really good in this. Leave match. Oh, they're solitary. You know what? I'm gonna save my first games of Vintage with Nikachu, but I like the idea of having more Howl Squads. Let's cut Vile. And this is for, let's say that like Matron is good for this and for this. So then we can say Bombardiers is over here. Then we can add an extra pile driver. 2 Howl Squads, 2 pile drivers. And then we can cut a mountain for a arena. One, 2, puts us at 61, 23, 61. And I think 23 lands is good. We want to be able to cast our 3 drops on curve. Do these sideboard cards do anything? I mean, I think that these aren't really specific, but like all of these are a little bit too hateful. So like I feel bad about most of these. Like red and Pyroblast makes sense. They'd be in most sideboards. I'm trying to build this like not just to dunk on them, okay? Because I enjoy our games and I want like our post sideboard games to be good. So like I think that like Trinisphere is good for Storm. Chalice is good for Storm. Oh, that's what I wanted to play. Void Mirror. Two Void Mirrors because Bauble and Void Mirror do basically the same thing. Crucible is really good against like the land destruction decks. Honestly, I feel like Trash Master shouldn't even be in here. Maybe it's just like Meltdown. The one of Boil would be funny. Yeah, I mean, like, this looks much better. Let's put all the artifact hate in one pile. 6, 6, 3. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. I like this list a lot. Now, if we sort by mana value, how does the curve look? Not insane. Not great, but not insane. You gotta remember that this is just mana, basically. Not a real card. I mean, if we Simeon and then it gets countered, it's like the worst feeling in the world. So let's cut the Simeon. But it gives us our best starts. Oh, it's so close. I think this is good. Maybe we just leave it like that. We say we don't need Simeon. Fast mana would be nice, but I don't think we need it. And the sideboard looks good. I'm gonna screenshot this. So, I mean, this looks really good. I feel like we have enough aggression. We probably don't have enough removal. Like we could just play Bolt. But Bolt doesn't get hit off Muxus. I like that we have like two main game plans. We can one be super aggressive towards the combo, and the other one is to turbo Muxus. I think both of those are very effective. Soul Ring mainly to cast the 4-mana spells. Yeah, I mean, I just want to I just want to play Soul Ring. I never get to play Soul Ring in constructed formats. So I think it's just like the cheapest fast mana that I can afford. Full transparency, I just can't afford to play Mox and like Black Lotus and stuff. Like, I mean, let me look it up because I want to make sure that I at least double check. Back here, back to card order. How much is it? Yeah, I know it's only $30, but that $30 for a card I can only play like once. So if we have Mox. I can get a Mox Jasper for 62 cents. Mox Tantalite for $1. Mox Diamond for 20. Mox Diamond for 11. All of the. Okay, I see a Mox Ruby for $5. Pearl for $5. Okay. The price differences are insane. Okay, so I could put one Mox Ruby in my deck. No, that's fair. When I was building the deck, I built it like every other Goblins deck, which is like, okay, so we're gonna be playing as many Goblins as we can. I think fast mana is like usually inherently like, I guess this takes the place of the Simian Spirit Guide, right? So this makes sense. Not the $160 one. I'll play a Mox Ruby and a Mox. What's the next cheapest one? Jet. Hey, what's up, Derek? Appreciate you dropping in, bro. What's up? Any help that you have, I appreciate. Yeah, I'm trying to get the vintage deck going. No, post the link. 1000%. You're all good. Let me see if I can. Can I make you? Okay. Derek, you are now a mod. I respect you, and you're always a beautiful soul to talk to, and so you can post anything. I trust you. Um, yeah, so I like the idea of having a lot of removal. I think I'm not going to do any power on principle. I'm also broke, but on principle, it's not as expensive as I thought, right? Like the cheapest was Mox Ruby at $5. Probably would take the place of the Simian Spirit Guide, but we cut the Simian Spirit Guide. So, like Black Lotus, I think the cheapest one was like 30. But again, like money that I'm gonna spend, I'm never gonna be able to play, except for in like vintage leagues. So let me see if we can find one more. Aha! We have got one. I'd like to go first, yes. I'm ready to lose turn one. Oh no, we were muted the whole time. Okay. Oh, what was I gonna say? We were. So I don't remember how much we were muted for, and I apologize. We boarded to stop their counter magic and their free stuff, and we didn't know whether or not that was good enough, but we tried it. Now they're gonna Bowmasters me. Opponent had really, really timely stuff. I don't think they can play lands, thankfully. Land. Ancient Tomb is amazing. Play Bombardiers. Brainstorm's fine. Go to combat. Attack. Stop auto yielding. Yeah, you can't. So we'll go to combat first. I mean, we can throw the... Yeah, let's throw it at the... Oh, no, we can wait another turn, right? No, because if they have removal, we don't have a chance. We don't want them to have that Luris. That's like worst case scenario. Get it out of here. Wasteland, the Ancient Tomb. Now they also don't have the option to double block. Land. Fuck yes. Snoop. Combat. Swings. All right, so if this recruiter resolves next turn, and we get to put a Kiki-Jiki on top, we can get to go infinite again. Makes a dude. Draws. Ticks to 3, gets sacked. Chooses to make the body so that they can have a blocker to the Bombardiers. They drew first, so that probably means that their draw was pretty bad. They get the Black Lotus. Now they have 4 mana to cast spells. Double Goblin Recruiter in hand. Talisman. All creatures have beginning of upkeep. Destroys creature unless you pay 1. No blocks. Do they have something second main? Black. Pending. Frog. Okay, I think they're dead. So we get to go end step. Untap upkeep. This one happens first. I would like to... Would you like to pay? Yes. Okay. No. No. Draw. Play Mountain. Play Recruiter. Okay. Just grab Kiki-Jiki. Done. Done. Tap to target. 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 And then a couple more just to be super safe. We get to target the recruiter. Okay. I would like to put a Mog Mob on top. Done. This one. And then I would like to bolt you. And then I would like to bolt you. And then I would like to bolt you. And we won the match. Goblins in Vintage, baby. All right. So the deck feels decent. Could definitely like use some stuff, but I think a second Kiki would be cool. Besides that, this feels great, honestly. This whole deck feels great. Gemstone felt really good. Like, it just feels good. So, yeah. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching. Jump back on at 7, and at 7 o'clock p.m. CST, we're going to be playing Merfolk versus Goblins in Vintage with Nikachu. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more, support the channel. $1 a month gets you out on every stream. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back at 7 with Nikachu.